My new baby! Okay, quick catch up. Original price was 30k but I got it for 27k because I bought it like the week after it got released here in the Philippines. So 27k plus I got a free micro SD card, 64GB, and a free straightforward bag. So yeah. Tada! I've been using this for like 3 months, so I have a script of its pros and cons. Also, I'm going to be comparing it with the G7X. Ta-da! The first advantage of this camera, first of all, obviously, is the size. It's much smaller than the G7X. Here's a comparison. See, it's shorter and it's thinner. It's literally pocketable. You can put this in the pocket of your tight jeans. I've tried and tested. It also has a wide lens, so instead of like having to vlog in public like this, extending your arm, you can literally just hold it as if it's your phone, like right in front of you, and it's still a good angle. It is touchscreen and has a flip screen just like the G7X. My favorite thing about this is tada! The kickstand. I love the stand because you don't need a tripod for it anymore. You know how tripods are like triangular? The space you need to put the tripod is much bigger. Here, you only need this much space. You only need this much space to set up your camera, which allows like faster setup for vlogs. And you don't need a large space to set it up. You know how like people take videos of them washing their face, but there's no place to set it up? No problem with the V10. You can just ta-da! And set it up on your counter or whatever. Third con, it has a like plastic material. Most people don't like this plastic material, but I like it because you can like throw this anywhere and it doesn't have any scratches yet. Like compared to the G7X, you can't just like throw this. If you have a bag with like pens, coins, and whatever, the chance of scratching this is bigger than scratching this because it's like plastic. You can see. Compared to this, it already has a lot of scratches on its lens. Fourth pro is that it doesn't have protruding lens. Like when you turn it on, it stays the same. Unlike the G7X, it has tada. So sometimes when this is in my bag, something happens and it accidentally turns on. It's much more dangerous to have this out in your bag than this one. If this accidentally turns on in my bag, it's fine because there's no protruding lens. For me, the lens is like less in your face than the G7X. When you're vlogging, like everybody sees that like, you're vlogging. With the V10, they won't even know it's on. Fifth pro is that this has a stability option where, you know when you're like filming while walking and the footage is like really shaky, it has a stability option so that you can like avoid that shaky footage. But with like the stability option, you lose the wide lens, so it kinda a little bit zoomed in like to the normal lens. Sixth advantage is the speakers and the microphone are right here on top. So like the G7X, usually when I'm filming with my G7X, there will be footage without audio because I don't know where the speaker of this is, but it's somewhere that can be easily covered. While here, you're going to be filming like this, so the likelihood of covering your microphones is less than with the G7X. Seventh pro, you can use the Canon app to transfer the footage from this camera, but you can also do it with the G7X. Last advantage is the power button is right in front, so it's really easy to use. You're like, as I said earlier, it doesn't look like you're using it, like you're holding a phone. It doesn't look like you're filming. Next, for the cons of this. So, the quality of this, both picture and video, isn't as good as the G7X. This still has superior quality over this one, but the quality of the V10 isn't that bad either. It's fine. Also, it has a lot of settings for like the 4K and everything. I used the lowest setting on this because it eats so much storage, but I think if you use the highest setting on this, it will be like similar to the G7X. So it's not really a deal breaker for me since, you know, you can adjust it. Second con for the V10 is that it uses a micro SD. This is the micro SD. This is my first micro SD, and I can't use the SD cards from my old cameras because all of them are like the normal size. So if you don't have micro SD cards, you'll have to buy a new one when you buy the V10. This is also a con for me and probably for other people because my laptop only has a hole for the regular SD card. So I'm going to have to use like a dongle if I want to transfer the footage of this directly to my laptop. But there is the Canon app which I use actually. Third con, which might be a deal breaker for you, it doesn't have zoom or flash. Well, it has zoom, but it's the digital zoom where you have to set it up before you start filming, and it's like ×2, ×3, and ×4. It's not really zooming in. It's more like cropping the footage and zooming it in. It's not really the same with the G7X where you can just, like that. Zooming in makes the footage really blurry compared to this one, which has like a normal zoom. It doesn't blur once you zoom it in. Also, this doesn't have a flash at all. It doesn't have like a built-in flash. I think there are accessories where you can stick in a flash, but it doesn't come with a flash. So filming at night and taking photos at night, you can expect really dark footage too. Next, for the G7X. So the first advantage of this is definitely the quality. Video quality for me, it's great, but also the photo quality. If you like taking those digicam pictures, this is great for you. This is like a 2-in-1, so you don't have to buy a vlogging camera and a digicam. You can have this already, especially because it has a flash. It takes even greater quality pictures. You can search digicam pictures with the G7X on TikTok and it will show you like how great the photos are. I used to use this for product shoots when I was still working, and great quality. Third pro for the G7X is that it has much more settings. Like, do you see this? There is manual, custom, auto, scenery, and much more. Rather than the V10, it only has one setting, which is like, I think, probably auto. Fourth advantage compared to the V10 is, of course, it has flash and it has the zoom as I showed you earlier, which the Canon V10 doesn't have. Same with the V10, it can also transfer via the Canon app. But I think this only has Wi-Fi and the V10 has Bluetooth. I'm not sure if this has Bluetooth. Also, compared to the V10, this comes with a regular size SD. Another advantage for this is that it has replaceable battery. So you can buy more of the battery, and if you're like going to be filming a long day and the battery of this isn't gonna last, you can like bring 2 or 3 of this, so when one battery is low bat, you can just switch it. For the V10, I forgot to mention this earlier, it doesn't have removable battery. So once it's low bat, you're going to have to stop and charge it and wait for it to be full battery until you can use it again. This one, you can just replace the battery whenever you want if you have extra battery. Next, for the cons of this, I'd say for the G7X, the material of this, especially the lens, it's more fragile and easy to scratch. I already have a lot of scratches on the lens, and I had a problem with the lens before where the, like this thing, it wasn't opening. Whenever I click the on button, it would like one of the panels would stay up there, so then I have to manually like it down. Also, for the con, I'd say is the size. Just compared to the V10, because this is like a pretty small camera already, but compared to the V10, it is bigger. Overall, if you've already been vlogging for quite a bit and you're not shy about using the camera in public anymore, I'd say you go with the G7X, just because again, it has really great video quality compared to the V10. And you're able to zoom properly and use the flash. But if you're just starting out to vlog and you don't want to use your phone, like some people use the phone first and then buy a camera. If you want to skip that step and go directly to a camera, I suggest you get this. It's really, really easy to use in public because of the wide lens and because of how small it is. Also, because it's like a vertical camera, you're holding it like this. So people in public are only really seeing this part. And you hold it like a phone. And of course, the kickstand. The kickstand is the real deal breaker here. It's so convenient to have the kickstand here. You don't have to bring a tripod anymore. Canon PowerShot G7X has better video and photo quality, but the V10's quality isn't that bad either, and it's really, really, really convenient to use. Also, I forgot to mention that this is the G7X Mark II for I think 36K and this is 30. 30k. That's all. Bye! This is why I like the wide lens of the V10. Like, you can already see me here. If I sit like this, you can already see me here. But for the G7X, you can... Both cameras are on like the most similar settings. So, here's my colorful baby just for... Why is it... There. Ta-da! This is video quality on the topmost settings of both cameras. I'm not sure if this is the topmost setting for the V10, but this is the setting that like eats up the most storage. I assume this is the best quality. This is on the lowest setting of both cameras, or at least the setting that doesn't take up the most space. I don't know if you see a difference because I don't, or at least not now. No movie IS for the V10, so let's see which one is more stable. With the movie IS on the V10 turned on. Another con I observed for the G7X is that it sleeps a lot. It suddenly turns off than the V10. Lastly, this is the smooth skin. The smooth skin setting. I'd say it's a bit smoother. There's one more setting, the manual something setting, but I don't use that and I don't know what it's for.